We have a problem. I feel as though I have lost distance. How the hell is that even possible? Well, to be honest with you, I kind of stopped practicing my form altogether. Last summer, that's all I did, and this year I have done none of that. I'm gonna start off throwing 3 to 5 max distance shots, going over my form with you guys, seeing what I'm trying to fix. Out of the first 3 shots, one of the ESP Hades went the furthest at an embarrassing, oh boy, 350 feet. Luckily for myself, I have the knowledge to know that I can throw further than 350 feet, but that does give us a good reference point for the first couple throws of the day. So the first thing that I would like to start working on is the off arm again. And I did a video. That video actually blew up, and I'm honestly kind of calling myself out right now, but better to be honest than not. I am now not bringing this off arm into the body fast enough. It's lagging behind, and I need it to be in front of my swing arm here. As you can see in that clip, it's way out here, and then I kind of just swing it with my arm. This isn't allowing me to get the body in front of the swing arm. That's how I looked at it. And then the second biggest thing in my form that I think hurts me probably the most is my timing. My timing with my front lead foot is not completely touched down before I come through my throw. I always think about it as throwing a baseball. When I threw a pitch or when I threw the ball, both my foot and my arm would come down at the same time. But when you bat, you want your lead foot to be touched down to the ground, allowing you to push through the ball with your hips and your whole body. And in disc golf, you kind of want that same effect where you want that lead foot to touch down on the ground, giving you a strong base, and then you're able to use the whole body. And that's all because it's creating a base for you to actually leverage off of. And that timing, I think, is the hardest thing in disc golf to get down. I mean, I've been playing disc golf for 2 or 3-ish years, I think now, and I still cannot get that lead foot down on the ground before I come through my body. So how are we gonna fix these things? I've been watching a couple of slingshot videos. If you haven't watched his channel, you should probably check it out. I'm gonna get myself up on my left foot, then I'm just gonna try to slide my right foot, and as it touches the ground, that's when I'm gonna start my motion. Now this is all just a theory of how it's gonna help me. I personally don't know because I've never really tried this. And hopefully after we give it some tries and do it over and over and over and over, we can put it all together and maybe throw a little bit further. Oh yeah, we definitely could throw 250 here. I'm having a hard time judging if I'm getting that front foot down. Well, that felt like it actually had some snap. Yeah, we're getting these out there on hyzer past the basket. 250 is a little bit of a mistake, pretty easy. Now my furthest throw to date on flat ground is 415 feet, at least right around there. And I kid you not, that was literally like a year ago, right after I put all this time into the winter and then the next season working on my backhand form. So I have a whole lot of confidence, obviously, that I can fix the things. Since I've done it once, it's usually easier to do it again. And I also know that since that time I threw 415 on flat ground, I have thrown the disc 400 feet, although the hole was probably slightly downhill or I really got a hold of it. Something that I would love for you to note is that when you are changing your form, it is going to feel awkward. I know, not from only this, but 100 other times that I've tried to change my form, it is very, very awkward, and you're probably gonna play like shit for maybe a month, maybe 2 months, who knows. You can do as many practice throws in your kitchen without a disc as you want, implementing these new skills, but once you put a disc in your hand, implement the new skills, it's gonna feel way, way different, I promise you. So be prepared for that if that's you. So I'm gonna try that same standstill now at 350 feet. We did skip 300 because I'm almost positive all the shots that I threw at 250 went 300. So I thought it'd be interesting if I step back to 350, doing the same little standstill little drill I'm doing, if I can get to 350, that would be my first couple warm-up shots when I was trying to throw full power shots, which would just give us just a little bit of confidence. But I do think it's gonna be a boot trying to get there on a standstill like this. To be honest, that's a good little shot, probably 300-foot shot though. Hit my chest on that one, tried a little too hard. Yeah, so I was actually able to get a few of them pin high with that white Hades obviously being the closest. 338 and 341 were my furthest throws there, which I'm really not complaining about. Actually, I'm quite happy considering my warm-up throws, the furthest one went 350. So just with that simple drill and an insane amount of focus, trust me, it takes focus, I was able to almost beat my full run-up throw, at least warm-up throw. So now I'm gonna start my run-up sideways. This way I don't have to give myself something else to focus on getting my body sideways. So already standing sideways, I can still take a couple of steps and focus on all the things that I was just focusing on. This is something that I've used in my field work before because it gets my body out of the way of my shot. We are currently right at 400 feet from the basket. If any of these reach the basket, we hit our goal. If we can get anything past the basket, that would be fabulous. A little weak first try there, to be honest with you. I already feel like I'm weaker, not throwing as far as when I was just doing that standstill drill. So I definitely feel as if I'm still not getting that foot down, because I think that would be the only option here of why I'm feeling a little weaker in the throw. That I tried pretty hard. Oh, that's a good one. That's a full flight out of a turn. Still think it's coming up short though. My off arm might be acting a little bit faster from the first shots that we threw, although I still think I can tuck it more toward that right pocket and try to gain a little bit more leverage off this back shoulder. That's my best one yet, and of course I have the side angle. That might be there, of course. That was a Nuke SS, and I kid you not, that might be to the basket. So I have kind of four that are relatively close, starting with a halo turn, which is at 367 feet, 375, 389, another halo turn, and then I have one other, which is a champion strike. It's off to the right side of the basket. I don't think it's as far as 389, but we're gonna check it. 10 feet shorter, 379. We're gonna try and put it all together. Full run up. Remember to think about the off arm. Remember to try to step before we come through. And remember, the goal is 400. Oh, I got a good rip on that. It'll still come up short though, which is crazy. Oh, that one turns. I think this is gonna be the last one I throw. Getting rather tired out here. Nope. So my closest one was the ESP Hades, trying to put everything together in the form, and it's 33 feet short of the basket. So 367, which if you remember, my furthest one when I was starting already sideways was 389, I believe. It kind of goes to show that when you're trying your hardest to get distance, you're probably going to come up shorter rather than if you take your time, slow it down, focus on the mechanics. That's when you're gonna throw the disc far. This whole video was really just calling myself out saying, hey, you need to get back to the field, you need to start working, because about a year ago, you could throw a little bit further than you do now. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you in the next one.